Who do you have going 2, 3, and 4 in this 2023 NBA draft?
Brandon Miller is going to go to Scoot Henderson 3, and then the fun begins because that's where it's like, who knows? I'm going to go with Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore. I think people will be able to sell themselves on Cam Whitmore
I
because
love Cam Whitmore.
I knew you would love Cam Whitmore. You know how I
I
knew that?
love
Because he throws an assist once a month.
maybe once a month, maybe, and it's
I was about to
usually
say that dude don't pass, man.
I think it's usually an errant pass that gets tipped into the basket. Like that's not
But he's big, he's strong, he's powerful on the drive. Some of his finishes are just
he's a
ridiculous.
Bucket. He's a
he
bucket.
he's a bucket. He's a bucket. Will he ever pass? Who knows?
Doesn't
Who
need to.
knows?
Not
I
interested.
just think it's easy to sell yourself on the huge wing with every physical trait who also has a scoring pedigree.
Yeah.
And like those guys are really tough to find because if you can be a leading scorer type, which he has the potential to become, while also being long and strong and with every defensive tool you would want, that's rare. That stuff is rare. Cam Whitmore, I don't love that he doesn't pass. I really hate that he doesn't pass.
Oh my God. Get those passes out of here. We don't need them.
And some of the time he just makes ridiculous decisions, just utterly ridiculous decisions.
I honestly don't know what to do with the Thompson brothers. Like I don't like I haven't like I've again we talked about this a little bit before, but I've watched that overtime. I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know what the competition is. I don't know what the coaching is. Like I look
Giannis
at that stuff.
in Greece.
Yeah, I mean, more confusing than Giannis in Greece. That's just low level, competition. Like I don't know what this is. I don't know how it's organized. Like this isn't like picking a dude from the G League Ignite team.
Yeah, my thing with the Thompsons is one handled the ball a lot more. All-Star was actually the dude winning the MVPs, and people are saying that people like All-Star a little bit more as this draft process is going on, but this is lying season, so we'll find out in 2 weeks properly. But those dudes started next to 2 6-foot dudes.
Right.
I look at them as forces. It's like they literally, if you look at like who their OTE team lined up with, like their center was maybe like 6'7", 6'8", and they started next to 2 6-foot guards, like dudes as tall as me. And you can play with me because I defend up a position, but it's going to be a lot different, even in summer league for those dudes.
You play with me, you can go take the ball out of the basket and give it to me. That's all I need.
Yeah, but I look at number 2,
and the ball's going into the basket because Zach just allowed his man to score.
Yeah.
Like I'm giving up as much as I'm getting. It's a perfect balance.
Charlotte's interesting in this draft because, first of all, they shouldn't have been as nasty as they were last year. We all know why they were. They were a back-to-back embarrassment in the play-in tournament, but still a play-in tournament. Like they got to that level at least before the barrel fell out last year. And so you're bringing back a roster that is got to make a restricted free agency decision on PJ Washington, is bringing back some dude that the NBA decided already served a suspension last year. And then you still have Terry Rozier in the contract. You still have Gordon Hayward under contract. So you're picking between Scoot kind of disrupting Terry Rozier, or you're picking between Brandon Miller disrupting Gordon Hayward. I would pick Brandon Miller over Scoot. And the reason is this dude, Scoot, I love how rocked up he is, but he's a guard that would be happy to shoot 30% from 3 next year. Like that scares me a little bit. At least with Brandon Miller, I know that dude can probably put the ball in the basket, whether he's on or off the ball. And that leaves Portland with an interesting decision, which my guy Sam Vecini came through and helped me out with an article. And we were gotten to talking like if Portland dangles at number 3 and say a dude like Paul George is available, which I don't think the Clippers want to do that. They opened up a whole new arena. I don't think they're trying to make moves like that. But it's like, would you make that move? Portland is very invested in getting teams that have a market for Scoot possibly being at number 3, simply because that excites you a hell of a lot more than Brandon Miller. Let's just be real. So that's going to be where the draft is. I don't even care what Houston does. Pick a Thompson twin if you want to. Like, number 3 is everything for me in this draft.
I think we all agree. Cam Whitmore. That's the guy you go with. At 2. That's who Charlotte should get. Forget all these other guys.
I would be so nervous to draft Cam Whitmore.
Oh man.
But I'd also be so excited. It would be
just
be
don't let Brandon Miller
emotion.
just don't let Brandon Miller play against San Diego State because we know that doesn't end up well. So if Charlotte has scheduled San Diego State next season, just Aztecs are basically.
Are you going to bring up San Diego State every single time?
Every time we talk about,
yep,
100%.